Hi everyone, welcome to the Kari P show. I am so happy to have you here. If this is your first time coming, welcome. If it's not, yes, honey, come through. Okay. Like before I get into anything, guys, please like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. Like I'm telling you, you'll save yourself a world of trouble because I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos. Make sure when you press the subscribe button that you also click the notification bell because like the video before you forget. Come on, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Okay, y'all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aim for 2 videos per week. So one video will recap the news and social issues, politics, environmental, all that jazz. And then there will be another video that will actually recap celebrity news and whatever. And there's gonna be something else. If there's something else that pops off, it's like a random, like current event situation, current issue, or whatever the case is, then I'm going to be talking about it. And also, y'all need to go ahead and get the comments like section popping. What's going on, y'all? Come through, share your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you disagree with my commentary, I still want to hear it. Like, anyways, moving forward, y'all. All right, so let's start off with a Virginia man, okay, was actually arrested while for drunk driving and crashing into Taylor Swift's New York City apartment or New York home. Anyways, both of which apply. Okay, boo boo. So he was arrested and he told officers, I ain't going until she comes through because I want to meet her. Okay. And in my mind, I'm like, what is Taylor Swift doing to these people with her music? Why are they consistently? Because I think the last incident happened 2 years ago where somebody broke into her apartment. And I'm just like, what is she doing? She probably needs to sing a song that says, y'all, I don't like crazy. Can you feel me? You know what I'm saying? In her little Taylor Swift kind of esque version. All right. Now moving forward.
Guys, it's sad to announce that Chesley Christ, who is the 2019 winner of the Miss USA pageant and a correspondent for the entertainment news program Extra, has died. Unfortunately, she actually jumped from a Manhattan apartment building and was pronounced dead at the scene on Sunday morning. And this was confirmed by her family in a statement that they made. She was only 30 years old. She, in her short, period here with us, she did a lot because she was actually an attorney as well. And she worked with individuals, prisoners, inmates who may have been unjustly prosecuted. And she did this for free. She was very much, according to the different reports, she was very much a person who radiated positivity and light. She actually posted, something right before she passed. And in her post, she states, may this day bring you rest and peace. With a right heart. And this was posted to her Instagram by herself on the same day that she ended up committing suicide. So
Okay, so we got Joe Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado Passage. Sometimes these names, oh my gosh, right? So, anyways, he was issued a new prison sentence after being convicted for the murder for hire case where he killed the animal welfare activist Carol Baskin. Like the federal judge, they gave him 21 years, boo. 21. And I'm sorry, but 21 years is not enough. Like for murder for hire, it shows intent. It shows premeditation. It shows conspiracy. It shows a whole lot. This is not something where you woke up and you weren't in your right mind and you decided to do something like this. And if y'all don't know who he is, go ahead and check out Tiger King, because that's what he was referred to for a long time in the entertainment industry. But the Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, it is something that is actually on the Netflix platform. So go ahead, check that out. All right, moving forward, Genie, Mai, and Jeezy welcomed their baby girl a few days ago, and their baby girl's name is Monaco. So to Genie, Mai, and Jeezy, congratulations. It's always good news when a baby is born and stuff like that. I really love, children, and yeah. So Monaco, from the interview that she did, she said it was where they met on a bridge or something of the sort, but it holds a special place in her heart. So in their heart, I should say. So yeah, baby Monaco. Monaco Mai Jenkins. And you know what? Nonetheless, congratulations. And all right, so moving forward. January 26th just literally marked the 2nd-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant, Gianna, their death in the helicopter crash, along with 7 others. And it's so sad, but I'm going to list their names out because I think it's important. I'm going to list their name and the age that they were at the time, because I don't like for individuals just of notoriety to gain attention. It's something so tragic. Like, everybody's life is precious, and so I think it would be a disservice not to mention each of their names. So here we go. Kobe Bryant, who was 46, Gianna Bryant, 13, as well as Peyton Chester, who was also 13, Sarah Chester, who was 45, Alyssa Altobelli, who was 14, Kari Altobelli, who was 46, John Altobelli, who was 56, Christina Mosser, who was 38, and the helicopter pilot Ara Zobavan, who was 50. So those are the individuals who lost their life within that helicopter crash, and it is so sad, and people are still mourning for them and will be for a very long time. Also, alongside with that comes, news of this sculptor, and I'm going to input his name here along with a picture of the sculpture that he did, and he wanted to acknowledge, the tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter. So he created a mini sculpture. I don't know. The thing seems to be like maybe like 3 feet. I'm not sure. I don't know the measurement specifically, but he actually placed it at the site of the crash, and people were able to come and to see it and whatnot. And he said his hope is that I think it's the city. He did a beautiful sculpture. It looks so pretty, so much detail. But again, I just kind of feel like it wouldn't be suitable there. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh no, but that would be a great way to remember him and stuff like that. And I agree, it would be a great way to remember him, to have a monument. However, I don't feel like putting it in that area is the best thing, because that area is barren. It's not like a developed area. So you're talking about a lot of technical difficulties. It's going to gain a lot of traffic. People may look at it as a tourist destination to go visit the site of where Kobe, and his daughter lost their lives. It may be a situation which therefore requires maintenance. Like, the grounds have to be kept really well. Security is going to have to be put in place. These are things that probably the government is not trying to get in to the business of doing. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if it was in a developed area, then I can understand, that would be good, because there's a lot of shops, there's a lot of restaurants, there's things of that nature. So I can understand if you were to place a monument like that. Personally, I really think that the actual monument should be placed in his hometown. I think that would be very nice. But I think at the crash, maybe what they could do is something small scale, like maybe just put up a sign. A sign that can be painted over every 10 years or something of the sort. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that they're not remembered at all. It's not that there's no acknowledgement of their death at that place, but it's just for the mere fact that it's done in a very small way, and it won't garner as much traffic as I think a monument would. And also, guys, you have to remember that this land may be sold in the future. And therefore people would have to build around it, or people may not want to buy it, or it may need to be removed. Can you imagine if people are accustomed to having this monument there for 50, 60, 70 years, right? And it becomes a historic site. Literally, can you imagine how people would be up in arms if the government, acknowledged the fact that it would have to be removed in order to be sold, or in order for the land to be fully developed? Like, I just think it's too complex, and you guys have to look at things from different point of views. So I can understand, like, a small sign that you can remove at any point in time. It's not going to gain a lot of traffic. People are not going to look at it like, okay, so yes, I have to go there, I have to go visit there, or something of the sort. Maybe just simple, like their names or something. But I just don't think it should be a situation where you erect a permanent fixture there. And I think that is exactly what it would be, because I would not want for them to erect something and then literally, take it down. Like, if it's going to be something, it should be permanent. You know what I'm saying? And you never know who may acquire that line. It might be a private individual who would not want the traffic there, It creates a zoning issue. Like there's so many different aspects of it. It could be a pharmaceutical industry that goes there. It could be like the FBI or CIA. You understand that chooses to put a building there. Like, can you imagine a monument being there? It would have to be removed. And if you say, oh no, well, it wouldn't have to be removed, they could just work around it. But can you imagine, like, it's still going to garner a lot of attention. So a lot of people are going to come want to take photographs, this and that, and the third. That would probably cause or pose a security issue. So you guys have to think about it from a lot of different points of views. But I think one should definitely be done, but it should be done in his hometown. A place that he really loved to visit, place where he grew up, like, you know, have a street named after him, these sort of things, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be truly beneficial. And so yeah, I think that's what they should do, definitely. Okay, moving forward. So it is so sad to report that Regina King's son, his name is Ian Alexander Jr., he committed suicide, and this happened a few days ago. But my heart goes out to her and her family, and it's always sad to hear someone who has committed suicide. It's sad to hear someone, you know, say that they're thinking about it, but it's even worse when it's actually something that's been finalized. So I really and truly, my heart goes out to her. If you or anybody you know is having suicidal thoughts or has some sort of depression that I guess to a certain degree, for lack of a better word, is probing for you to have suicidal thoughts, please speak to somebody, guys. Please, 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 please. Do not make the mistake to deal with it on your own. Talk to somebody, whether it be a family member or a friend, someone you can confide in if you feel like that's what you need. Go to a therapist. See if your healthcare provider provides you with a therapist in a network that you wouldn't have to pay for. Do whatever you can do to help you. Okay, like I understand depression, I struggle with it too, so I'm not speaking from a point of I don't understand, right? I feel like I've been through so many of the things that, you know, could easily have been like, you know, and the everyday is a decision to live. But I think you have to at some point in time, even within that depression, you've got to fight, and you've got to say to yourself, you know what, I don't want to be in this space anymore. I know I can barely get up out of bed today. I can barely put on clothes today. I can barely like find myself something to eat. Like I don't want to go out. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like I'm just crying and crying and crying. Like I understand what that feels like, but at the same time, you've got to fight. And once you've said to yourself, you don't want to live experiencing this anymore, you don't say to yourself, I'm going to end it all. What you say to yourself is, I'm going to begin. And this is where I'm going to begin. And the road is not going to be easy. So I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's not going to be simple. I'm not going to say that it is. But it is going to be rewarding, because once you start taking little steps forward for yourself, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel happier. You're going to find yourself waking up in the morning and looking forward to what the day holds. It gets better. And there are going to be times where you slip up and you find yourself going back, and it's those thoughts start creeping in and stuff like that. And all you have to do is to say, you know what? It's okay that I'm feeling this way. I am having a slip up. I'm slipping back. It's okay, right? It's okay. You just have to move forward, baby. You just have to say to yourself, you know what? Today I'm going to do something nice for me. Today I'm going to take myself to a happy place. And you may not have the energy to get up to go nowhere. You can't even make it to your front door. Okay? But you are on your phone, you are on your computer, right? You are on your iPad, your Kindle, your tablet, whatever it is that you're on, okay? Go ahead and go to a website and pay to watch, or don't pay, whatever you guys do, and watch a comedy movie. Watch a comedy movie. You may hate comedy. You may think it's cheesy, because trust me, I'm a hard critic of comedy. Trust me, okay, baby? But put it on regardless. Don't put on something that's serious. Don't put on something that is going to have you like, oh my gosh. Don't do that. Like, don't do anything that's going to add to it. Stay away from negativity, okay? So if you have anxiety, if you get anxiety from certain things and certain things trigger you, It's okay to say, I don't want to deal with that. That may be people, okay? That may be places. That may be certain activities. That may be music. That may be movies. Whatever it is, figure out what those triggers are, because there's always triggers, right? Always. Sometimes you speak to someone and it's like that person just, they just zap you of everything you have, right? Sometimes that person just robs you of the little oomph that you are feeling. Sometimes speaking to them is draining. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed. So it's okay to say, I'm not talking to you today. It's okay to do that. Like, they care about you. They are going to understand that your health comes first. How you feel about you, what you need to do for you comes first, right? Like, have empathy for yourself. People always mix up self-pity and empathy. Self-pity and empathy is two different things. Empathy is when you care about how you feel, when you value yourself as a person and your feelings, when you can sit back and say, you know what? I did go through some crazy stuff. I am dealing with it. I am moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't move forward. Or I don't know how to move forward. All of that is empathy. Empathy is being a friend to you. But a lot of the times we rob ourselves of feeling for us. So we're okay with feeling for other people, but we don't feel for us. You got to take care of you. I have a friend of mine, and he said to me, he said, I explained to him how I was feeling, right? And he said to me, he was like, listen, at the end of the day, like, I've been there, I did some research and I came across something, and it was in this book. And he said, the passage said, more so the line, because it wasn't a lot, but the line said, a tree doesn't bear fruit until it has harvested all the energy it needs. So it will not produce, okay, if it doesn't have the ability to do so, if it doesn't have the energy necessary. You don't have what you need, don't have unrealistic expectations. So care about yourself. Give yourself some love. Talk to yourself and encourage yourself and be there for you. And surround yourself with people who will be understanding and empathetic to your needs. And like I said, if your needs are, you need to be around somebody who's going to make you feel good, then be around that person. If it means you get dressed up and you sit in your house, okay, and you look fly as hell, okay, do that. You came on this planet, okay? You have to thrive as a person in order to give back to someone else. And don't let anything come in between that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. So do what you need to do for you. And if what you need to do for you interferes with what somebody else got going on, then okay, that's what it is. Like, still do what you need to do for you. Okay, you got to love yourself. You got to cherish yourself. You got to adore yourself. You got to do what you need to do for you. So what I want for you guys to do now, okay, is I want for you guys to give yourself a big hug. Like, I know it may kind of come off as a little bit cheesy. I don't care, okay? Like, I want for you guys to do this. Just give yourself a little bit of a hug, just like this, and a little bit of a bear squeeze. You know what I'm saying? Be cute with it. Like, the small things matter. But when you wake up in the morning, or when you're brushing your teeth to go to bed at night, if you could even muster up the energy to do that, right? Go ahead and say something positive to yourself. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. It don't got to be something you believe, right? It don't got to be something you believe. Don't get it twisted. It does not have to be something you believe, okay? But all that needs to happen is that you need to hear something that is positive. You need to hear something that's positive. So when you look in the mirror, before you go to bed, when you see the reflection on your computer screen that you just turned off, when you see yourself in your phone camera, I want for you to say something beautiful to you, baby, okay? Whatever it is that comes to mind. If it's something that you say, I wish I felt this way, don't say, I wish I feel this way. Say, I am that way. I am beautiful. I am fine. I am sexy. I am smart. I am educated. I am brilliant. I am talented. I am. You do that, okay? And that's step numero uno, baby. Moving forward, okay? Erica Jane from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not Atlanta. I'm just so accustomed to saying Atlanta, but she's from Beverly Hills. Shout out to the castmates of Atlanta. How you doing? Okay.
But anyways, so she is in the news again because there's a motion put in place. She's now expected to hand over the diamond earrings worth $750,000 that her estranged husband, Thomas Girardi, who was his big shot lawyer, who is currently involved in a fraud case. He used the use of his law firm to go ahead and teach people their money. Anyways, I couldn't help it, y'all. And now she's been roped into it as well. So, I don't know. If you guys have been following it, what do you think? Do you think that she had an idea? She knew about it. She was aware about it, but she just kind of was like, forget about it. I'm not even going to question it. That ain't my problem. Or do you think that she was totally in the dark? She didn't know what was going on, and she currently is just like a victim as well. What do you guys think? And also, do you think that this gift that he gave her, I think it's been like 15 years now that he's given her the gift. Do you think that she should turn it over? Let me know. Hit me down in the comments, y'all. Like, subscribe, by the way, again. But hit me down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think that she should hand over the earrings? Do you think that she knew about it from before? Or do you think that she was blindsided like everybody else? Let me know. Okay, so moving forward, Adele is canceling her Las Vegas concert stretch. Okay, due to, in her own words, my show ain't ready. It's so weird to just even think that Adele speaks like that. But my show ain't ready. That's what she said. And as well as she said, again, and I quote, "We've been absolutely destroyed by delivery delays and CD." Y'all know what CD mean, right? "Half of my crew are down with CD. They still are. And it's been impossible to finish the show."
What do you want to see in Las Vegas for Adele? You know what I'm saying? Adele is not that person with backup dancers. She's not that person. She is a person who carries a show just by her standing on stage barefoot, talking her stuff, and just singing. So, shipment's not ready and stuff like that. I get CD has slowed everything down, but Adele, really and truly, girl, the people who rock with you, we rock with you because of your voice and the meaning behind your songs and, the little snips of your personality that we see in between songs where you say something funny or, cheeky or something like that. So we really don't need a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting for you for forever, honey. Forever, ever.
Next up, we have Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty, y'all should know, is Nicki Minaj's husband, right? And he takes a plea deal for 5 years of supervised release, right? If he didn't take the plea deal, what he would be looking at is 10 years prison sentence, and then he would have to spend a life term of supervised release. Listen, if I'm in his position, y'all, I'm taking 5. He was convicted in, I believe it was 1995, for the attempted rape of a individual. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember how old the woman is, but her name is Jennifer Howe. The reason why he's in hot water is because of the fact that he did not register as a sex offender. Now, at the time that he didn't register as a sex offender, he had recently moved in with Nicki. And when you register as a sex offender, you have to put your current address. So I'm not making excuses for him, but I am putting out there in the ether a possible reason why he didn't, which is because of the fact that he would have had to put down Nicki's home address, and it would be on public record that anybody could look up. So maybe for security reasons, that wasn't something she was okay with. He wasn't okay with, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, he did not do what he was requested to do by the government. And so, yeah, he got himself in hot water. Now, it looks as if there's going to be a lawsuit that's filed, a civil suit that's filed in regards to him by Jennifer Howe. Because she has come out and she said that, Nicki Minaj, as well as Kenneth Petty, has intimidated her and also tried to bribe her for changing her claims and whatnot and rate. And due to that fact, she suffered emotional distress. And you hear emotional distress, at this point in time, I think I'm just going to think civil suit. That's just what it is. Okay, moving forward. Ex-Alabama quarterback, Jay Barker was charged with domestic violence. This is earlier, y'all. Domestic violence and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And he was placed on a $10,000 bond and a 12-hour hold. Now, moving forward, Lisa Bonet and her husband, Jason Momoa, they filed for divorce.
y'all. And that is so sad because, you know, every time I see a couple in Hollywood and they seem to be doing okay and doing all right and they're together and they're married and this and the third, I'm always giving them props. I'm always like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so happy. Like, you know, the entertainment industry didn't tear y'all apart. So for me to kind of know be in a situation where it's like I'm reporting that they've been together for a very long time, y'all. How long has it been? It's 4 years of marriage, but they've been together since 2005. Y'all, 2005, y'all. Okay, that's crazy. All right, so that said, that's a long time. Most people can't even reach 6 months. Looking at their post or whatever, it was kind of like some, y'all, was a very spiritual post, okay? And I rock with conscious shit. Excuse my French. I am a highly spiritual person. I'm a highly spiritual person. You know what was funny a while ago though? It's like, that is like when people curse and they in church. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they have that, like, that's how I felt when I said what I said. And then I just was like, I'm a spiritual person. It's weird. But anyways, so yes, I am. And I can rock with some spiritual stuff. But the post that they made, I'm going to see if I can find it and I'm going to put it up. But the post, baby, I was just like, gosh, they couldn't just say it's time for them to go their own ways and stuff like that. I was just like, okay. And then Lisa said in an interview, I don't remember who she was interviewing with, but she said in an interview that it was time for her to find herself. Okay. Britney Spears continues to respond to Jamie Lynn Spears, which is her sister, which she got beef with, like, and Jamie got beef with her, whatever the case is. And let me tell you, Jamie came out with a book, right? Like, or is in the process of releasing a book, whatever the case may be. Y'all, let me drink some water because one more. All I need is some lemon in this. I mean, some lime. But anyways, moving forward, y'all. So she literally came and she was like, all right, well, you know, I'm going to write a book. And in the book, she mentioned stuff that Britney went through, like Britney's breakup with Justin Timberlake. If I'm you, I'm upset, Britney. Like, I'm sorry, but I have a right to be. Like, talk about your life. And if your life includes something that me and you had, you know, problems with or has caused a rift in our relationship, then by all means, you're entitled to your opinion, your feelings. These are your experiences as well. You get to share them. But when it comes down to something privately, like my breakup with my boyfriend at the time, like, that's none of your business to be putting in no book. That just, if that's the situation, right? You're only adding it in there for hype. You're adding it in there so that, you know, people will want to buy the book. It's like, oh, I want to know what happened between Justin and Britney. What was the reason behind their breakup? Oh, you want to know? Jamie Lynn Spears, she released a book. The book has the details. I'm sorry, but I'm not for it. But y'all, this is a lot of information. So I'm gonna be looking at my computer for a little bit. Okay, just keep it together. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, which is Queen Elizabeth's son, okay, one of them, is accused of raping or sexually assaulting Miss Guifer, on 3 separate occasions, okay, when she was 17, after she was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. And we spoke about a little bit about that. But anyways, his daughter, Princess Beatrice, has now been roped into it because he's now using her as a key witness to the fact that she's an alibi for him. Anyways, now other royals are also being asked to testify, okay, and are drawn into the legal proceedings. And his mother, the queen, okay, being very black and white as she is, has stripped him of all his titles and royalties here, there, whatever the case is. So right now he's on the street, boo-boo, and he's fighting this like a regular civilian, okay? He does not have the royal family name to protect him, like to give him an easy out. Like, he is literally like stripped, okay? Stripped, bare bottom, boo. Okay? She revoked everything. Revoked it all, honey. All right. And not only that, but he's trying to get the case thrown out on a technicality, right? But that was rejected by a New York judge, right? So he is looking at you know, possibly serving time. Who knows? I don't know. And now this marks the second time that the privilege of being a royal has been restricted. Literally, these people are on their own, and the other people is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which is Meghan and Harry. So let me just say this, right? Because I also look at, when I'm looking at a story, I also look at the comments, okay? And personally speaking, like a lot of people were like, in regards to them, there's no situation where, you know, Harry can't come to, you know, the UK because of the fact that he doesn't have the security that he needs, he and his family needs, and he's willing to pay for it, but the security he would also need to have in order to kind of fine tune that his security detail is good is the British police. He is not getting that. Okay, his request has been denied. So with that being said, he doesn't have the ability to kind of bring his family over. And the thing about it is that a lot of people in the comment section were saying, oh, this is what he deserves. He wanted out in the, you know, from the royal family and stuff like that. So how dare he be looking for their help now to safeguard his family? And my whole thing is, okay, I can understand that there's still some spite, there's still some venom there or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's still a royal. And from what was said on the Oprah Winfrey show, as well as otherwise the interview that she had or whatever the case is, they just wanted to take a step back from the spotlight. Other royals have done it in the past, and they thought they would have been able to do so as well, because it was taking a very, very it was literally affecting Meghan in an emotional and mental and also physical way that was not conducive to her, you know, being there anymore. She needed to go. She needed a break. She needed to step away for a while. But they never said that they were done being royals. They just wanted to have a little bit of time and space for themselves and to live their life as away from the spotlight, you know. So but once that was done, once that request was made, it was kind of like a snowball effect where it's like, okay, so that's what you want. Well, you're not going to be able to say to what degree you still want to be a royal. We're kind of just going to strip you completely. And I think that's unfair. I think if it was a situation now where that was the case where you could not, once you said you didn't want to be in the spotlight, it meant that you were immediately removed as a royal. I could understand that the way they've been treated, and how they're still continuing to be treated. I can understand that, because that just comes with it. Like, this is what comes with it. But what they said, and granted, they're only telling their side of the story. We don't have the actual facts because we didn't actually see the paperwork ourselves. But what they said was that they just wanted to get away from the spotlight. And if other people have been in a situation where they have been able to remove themselves from the spotlight of being royalty and stuff like that, and live more of a quiet life, but still do charity work, still conduct themselves as royals, and they've been able to do so, then why not Harry and Meghan? And the simple fact of the matter is that Harry decided to date someone who's biracial. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what I think it is, personally speaking. I think the fact that she's half black plays a very big part in it. I think if she was fully white, I don't think that they would have done what they did. And for those people who say, oh no, that's not the case, then all right, well, why wasn't Archie given his title of being a prince? I'll wait. Kate and William, all of their children have titles. Why wouldn't Harry's son have titles, or Harry's children have titles? Specifically his son, because that's a big ticker right there. That was a shock for everybody. But why? Why wouldn't he be given that title as prince? Like, you can't tell me, because here's the thing. If you're going to go by strict protocol of the royal family, like, titles are included. So how is everybody given a title but he is not? That don't make any sense. That makes absolutely no sense. And the reason why they did, I think, is because, again, Meghan is half black. They didn't want her in the royal family to begin with. That's number one. They tolerated her behind because of the times we are in, which is, we're now in more progressive times. That's what they say. That's the words they be trying to use, people. Okay. But we know what it is. Okay. So they figured, you know what? They can't say, all right, you're out, Harry. Strip him of his royal titles. We can't do that, because then it would show that this is blatant racism. But they say, all right, well, guess what now? Like, we are going to, yes, go forward, fake it. Yes, you're going to get married. Okay. But your children will not have titles. And also, we will not do anything to curb the wicked venom and poison that's going to be spurred y'all's way. So, and in the event that you try to step away, we're going to strip you of everything. At the end of the day, he's still a royal. So Should he be provided security? Yes, I think so. You understand what I'm saying? Especially like if you tell me that, okay, so he moved to another country, like that's kind of a difficult thing for them to, they may not want to cross lines with paying for security for them in another country, right? And the choice for them to go to that, the fact that they're over there, it was their choice to go. You understand? Even though it was due to emotional strain and mental stress and all that, whatever the case, they still decided to move their behinds over there. So I can understand if you say that, you know what, they're not going to be paying for the ongoing protection of them in another country, right? Maybe because there's fine lines, fine prints, and they don't want to deal with, you know, like something happening possibly, and they were the ones that employed that person, and that person now is responsible for killing someone in defense of Harry and Meghan and their kids. I can understand the complexities. You have to look from, you know, at things from different points of view. So I can understand that. But when you're talking about he going home and he don't have the ability to have any protection given to him, that I can't understand. But what I refuse to try to understand is the fact that he can't even pay for them himself. That just goes to show you what it is. I don't care what nobody say, right? This is what all comes down to race. It don't come down to nothing else. Now moving forward, okay, Tiffany Haddish is arrested and charged with a DUI in ATL, baby. You see, when I first heard this, I said to myself, like, wait a minute now, hold up. Tiffany Haddish, like, no, I was so disappointed. I slightly felt a little bit angry about it, because I was like, this is not what I want for Tiffany. I don't want for Tiffany to be one of these celebrities out here getting buck wild, doing crazy things and getting, you know, themselves hooked up in legal situations. I don't want that for her. I want for her to be amazing at what she does, to have all the success that she can muster, and to move forward in her life. I do not want for Tiffany to be grouped into like one of these celebrities that just lost it, you know. But let me tell you something, to be honest with you, she be going through a lot. And I just find it so interesting that she has this breakup with Common, and shortly after the breakup, you could tell she's still going through stuff, because she says stuff in like interviews and stuff, like, or on, you know, Instagram and stuff, just very small snippets of things. But she's going through so much, and this is something that's so out of her character. And now look what happened. I literally be saying what I be saying. Common is literally for the common people. But listen, Common is not for anybody specifically. Common is for the streets. You feel me? Like the highly conscious streets. But that's where Common is. And I'm sorry, but I feel like, you know, he did a disservice to my girl Tiff, and I'm upset. Like, you basically broke her heart, you know? And Tiff, if you know anything about Tiff, Tiff has always been a person where she'll be like, she kind of just be like, she wear her heart on her sleeve, right? But also she's the type of person where, you know, she doesn't open up as much. You understand? She wear her heart on her sleeve, you know, but she's very specific about who she kind of is vulnerable with. That's the impression I get about Tiff, right? So for me, it's kind of like for her to do that with Common. And like I said, if you're not going to work with somebody, it's not going to work. Y'all have to go your own ways. But I'm just saying though, like, Common just has a history of dipping in the golden pond and then flying out whenever he's so pleased. I wish he didn't do that with Tiff. You know what I'm saying? I wish he didn't do that with Tiff. I really do. I wish he didn't do that with Tiff. Because I do think like that is... And I'm not saying this is the reason, y'all, why she had a DUI. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying that this is Common's fault. I am simply showing the sequence of some stuff that I'm aware of that has happened. No, it may be something totally unrelated. But that's where I'm at right now. Okay? So, I don't know what to tell y'all. All right. Now, moving forward. Okay. Kanye had his big moment where he was denied access to the house that him and Kim shared at one point in time when they were together. And seemingly what happened is that North was saying, hey, daddy, can you come up so I could show you something? You know, kids always want to show their parents something, whatever. So, and he was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then the security guard was like, no, you don't have access. So he was like, wait, what? How do I not have access? So the security guard was like, yeah, you don't have access. My bad. I'm sorry. And he threw a fit, you know what I'm saying? And then seemingly also Pete Davidson was there, right? And Kanye could see him. So it was like, those are my children in that house. I don't have access to them. But then this dude that's not their father can be in the same environment with them. So that set him off. And he released a song saying something to the effect like, God made sure I I made it out of that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass. Like that part of the song was leaked or something like that. So who knows? But I will say this. Y'all, you cannot expect to have 24/7 access to the residence of the more permanent residence of your children. I'm sorry, but when you break up, you have to understand that this person is going to go on with their life. They're going to want to have their own privacy. It means that yes, you're going to have to make phone calls. Yes, you're going to have to do this and this is just a standard protocol. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like concerned about, oh, you still have a key to just come through the house whenever you want, and I may be entertaining a dude. Can you imagine that? Like me sit down and chill, and you know, we get hot and heavy and all of that, and then all of a sudden I just see my ex-husband just bust through the door, walk into the living room and be like, what's up? No. So I can understand. I'm empathetic to him because he's not dealing with the reality very well. But I told you all this. You remember I told you in the recap. I told you he is not dealing with it well. I don't think he thought it through. And I don't think most guys think about it. Like when they actually are no longer with the woman that they have children with. I don't think they understand the reality of what that looks like. I don't think they understand the reality of what it looks like for them. I don't think they understand the reality of what it looks like for their children. I don't think they understand the complexities that come with it. You got to think things through, you know? Like if you gonna get life insurance, okay, because you think that's necessary, right? Like, and you want to think ahead. If a situation were to take place, that's the same way you need to look at it. Is this person that I may have a child with, okay, going to be someone who will make the situation more easy or more difficult if we were to shift gears and no longer be together? So Blue Ivy turned 10. Girl, man, when she came into the world, like, you know, people really gave her a hard time. Like, people really gave her a hard time. And I wish I was on YouTube at that point in time because I would have told y'all off. But people really gave her a hard time for just resembling her dad. And they made her pay for it in their commentary, like, for years and years. And I'm so happy that, you know, Beyonce and Jay-Z, what they've done is to empower her, to make her feel her best, her most confident, because that is essential, y'all. Parents, like, if you can do one thing for your children other than make sure that they're clothed and well fed, is to instill confidence and empower their behinds. And so in them having, you know, children and deciding to bring them into this situation, I think what they've done is to specifically take initiatives, direct initiatives to ensure that they prepare them, like mentally, emotionally, you know, spiritually, to be able to handle what comes next, you know, like, that's what I think. Because it's one thing to shield your children, you know, you can shield your children, but do you want to just shield them and then in a moment that they're now revealed to the world, they can't manage? Or would you rather you shield them, but you also show them how to survive once the shield is gone? I think that is what you should do. And I think Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing that. So I am moving forward. So Lori Harvey turns 25, and we all seen that Michael B. Jordan, he bought her like a bunch of roses and stuff and planned something, and they're so cute together, y'all. I really like them together. Michael B. Jordan seems like that person who's like a really good, like, homie type person, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does his thing. He's very talented, he's very business oriented, but he also knows how to bring that, like, that sensitive, more vulnerable, emotional, caring, heart on the shoulder type sleeve, like, right there when it comes down to relationships. I don't know, maybe that's just in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But anyways, moving forward. So the singer Sinead O'Connor, she sings Nothing Compares to You. She ended up in a hospital because of the fact that she wanted to end her own life because her son committed suicide. Their actor Michael Madsen's son, Hudson Lee Madsen, has died. He was 26 years old. Hudson Madsen died just this past Sunday of a suspected suicide in Hawaii. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, please. It was actually, I think, Lovely T, who's a YouTuber as well. Shout out to Lovely T. Hey, girl. So I think it was Lovely T who said in one of her episodes when I was watching her, she said, do not make a permanent decision, okay, within a temporary problem. So Celine Dion cancels her tour. And Celine canceled it somewhat due to, I think when it first came out, it was saying that it was due to some sort of like spasm, like muscle spasm she was having or something like that. But to be honest with you guys, if you guys have seen Celine's pictures, you guys know that Celine has not been looking well for a while. And maybe she is just trying to deal with it privately. Now, Jennifer Goodwin, star of the show Once Upon a Time, Listen, y'all, this is crazy stuff, okay? Like, so if y'all don't know Once Upon a Time, go check it out. I really used to love the show, and then I stopped watching after a while. But it's not because the show wasn't good anymore or anything like that, but I just stopped watching. Usually I get hooked to something, and then I just literally stop watching after a while. Like, so I say that to say, right? She came out in an interview and she said her husband, who she also met, right, on Once Upon a Time, and they worked as each other's love interests. Crazy, right? But anyways, she said that she offered her husband's sperm to her best friend because the best friend she felt like should be trying to have children now. She was like on a I want to have kids journey, and she was just like, yeah, you need to do it right this minute. Okay, so she offered her husband's sperm, and it took her friend and her husband to be like, boo boo, sit your behind down because that don't make no sense. Okay, and in my mind I was just like, who offers somebody sperm? Like, then we have Tristan Thompson. He announces, or rather confirms, sorry, that he is the father. And the woman's name is Mara Lee Nichols, right? And she had previously filed for child support. Okay, but it's like, guys, just don't. Listen, having children in separate households, this leads me. Listen, anyways, having children in separate households is not easy. I was just about to talk about Nick Cannon, but having children in separate households is not easy. You do not want to do that, okay? Avoid it as much as is possible. Like, and what I mean by that is, if you are ready, if it's a situation where it's a blended family thing, then there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a beautiful thing. You know, that means you found love again, you're starting a new chapter. I'm all for that. But when it's a situation where you are unfaithful, okay, and your infidelity leads to a pregnancy with someone other than the person that you said you were in a committed relationship with, that you already have a child with, there's a problem. You understand? That's selfishness. That's Wendy Williams may not return to her show. Sources say she disappeared. Now, here's my thing with Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams been killing the game for a long time. Okay, she an OG, right? She the modern OG to Oprah. You feel me? And I am all for her. As a businesswoman, I'm all for her, you know, as her legacy in the entertainment industry. But it's time for Wendy to dial it on back. And I think Wendy knows that. So I think Wendy, this hiatus that she's taken, right? I think she knows that. I think she understands the concept of, I am doing too much. You understand? And I am with her on that. It is not easy being in the production business for anybody, much less for Wendy to be doing it for as long as she's been doing it for. Like, applaud goes to her. Like, applaud. Just applaud, y'all. Just applaud, because all of it goes to her. But I just think that she needs to take a step back, and she probably needs to retire from, you know, the Wendy Williams show, and she needs to probably just focus on maybe her clothing line, where she can take a step back from. So she's still in the spotlight, but she take a step back from. And then maybe also she guest co-hosts on certain things every once in a blue moon. You understand? Maybe it's like a special. Maybe she does like an interview with, you know, the best this and the best that won awards, like, you know, like Oscar winners and stuff like that, Tony winners and things like maybe. So it's like just a few people on a yearly basis. If she still wants to do something talk show related. But y'all, I don't know. I just think Wendy needs to just chill out. She's been through so much. Like, the business is stressful, plus what she been through family wise, like with Kevin. Listen, like, it's such a sad situation, but Wendy, take the time you need, baby. Okay, you are not going to be forgotten. You can never be replaced. Okay, like, but just do what you need to do for you. Okay, like, all who care for you will understand. All right, moving. Chanel Iman and Sterling Shepard are divorcing, citing irreconcilable differences, and he filed. Y'all, it's like 2022, and there's so much going on celebrity-wise. Like, people are breaking up, people are past. It's just so much. I kind of think of 2022 as like a transition period. Next, we have Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. They announced they're engaged on social media. Now, guys, I would never have thought that they would have been a match, to be honest with you. I never saw that. But then they say opposites attract. And, you know, every good girl loves like a little bit of a bad boy. Like, we don't want the whole snoodle. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want the whole big lot. But we do want a little bit. We do want like a little bit of an edge, because it's giving us something that we personally don't have. So maybe we're very closeted. We're very, you know, sheltered or whatever. And this person has had so much life experience and done so many things and live out, colored outside the lines or whatever the case is. So it's kind of like just a different, fresh perspective on life, different from what we got. So Lucia Harris, a basketball pioneer and only woman drafted to the NBA, believe it or not, dies at 66. Harris led Delta State to 3 straight AIAW national championships from 1975 to 1977, when the AJAW was the equivalent to the NCAA for women's college sports. She's 6'3", y'all. She came through, she conquered that court, and she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She go down in history. And I never knew that. So when I came across this story, I was like really excited. So trust and believe, it was like a shock to me. Like, what? Anyways, French actor Gaspard Ulliel, the star of It's Only the End of the World and Marvel's upcoming Moon Knight, dies in a skiing accident, unfortunately, in the French Alps after colliding with another skier. Y'all. Now, Pharah Abraham from 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom, she's actually arrested for alleged battery when she slapped a security guard while he was trying to escort her out of a nightclub. I don't know, like, she paints a picture that that's not the case, and, like she was being mishandled and mismanaged and stuff like that. And, this dude says that it was time for the lots of them to go and he was just escorting her out, and that, she slapped him in the face. So I don't know what to believe. I don't have an opinion, neither here nor there. But what I will say is Pharah has a temper. Pharah can get from 0 to 1,000,000 real quick. And for those of you who watch 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom, you know it. Okay? That's all I have to say about it. Tyler Perry, baby. Okay? Tyler Perry is coming back out of retirement with Madea. You feel me? I am so excited. I don't think y'all know how excited I am. But when I tell you I'm so excited, I am so excited. Tyler Perry announced on social media that he's coming out with Homecoming. It's a Netflix special. It's a I believe it's a series or whatever the case is. And he said the reason why he was doing it was because of the fact that due to CD, he ain't seen nobody have a real serious belly laugh. Like a super like, oh. Like, he ain't seen that. You understand what I'm saying? So because he ain't seen that, he is like, I need to add a little bit of, laughter to the world. And like, Madea's coming back, y'all. Madea is coming. Madea. Okay? Madea. All right. Oh my G. What? Listen. I love me some Madea. My mom loves her some Madea. Like, we used to sit down and watch Madea movies and stuff like that. And the plays, I started out as the plays. When I was back home, like, I started out with plays, honey. I was up into the middle of the night, honey. And I was just like, yes. And I learned the lines line for line, honey. Okay. And I would sit down there and I would stand up and I would reenact what I just seen. Like, Tyler Perry, matter of fact, okay, hook me up. Let me start one of your films. I will not disappoint. Okay. I've been practicing all my life, honey. All my life. I can't mess up this makeup right now, but I got it. The test was coming. The test was coming, Tyler. The tests were coming, okay? But I can't mess up this makeup right now, all right? I can't. So, you need to just contact me. I don't know what else to tell you. You need me in your films. Like, I am telling you, I will give you exactly what it is you think I could deliver and more. Like, don't play with me, Tyler. Like, I am telling you, hook a girl up. I've been wanting to get into the acting game for a very long time. Not many people know this, but I definitely have wanted to. Y'all trust and believe. I'm ready for it. I've been practicing all my life. Like, you don't even understand. Tyler, I'm telling you, I've been thinking about this for like from before you came out, okay? With any one of those shows, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, from before that. You understand what I'm saying? When just plays was popping. I'm telling you, I have like all the plays. I'm telling you, I remember some of the lines, like, oh my gosh. Madea did, like, it is crazy. I'm gonna put together a little spiel for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it together. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it together. I'm telling you, I got it, baby. I got it. Okay? Like, I got it. What is that line? That line had me tearing up. And you said to the manager of the hotel, you said, it's like, y'all ain't gonna mail me no check. I ain't mailing my work. You ain't gonna mail me no check. And then she said something like, what did she say? She said something to you, Tyler, and you said, you got your neck, your back. You gotta relax all that new growth and them tracks, or something something like that, yo. I remember that years. Yo, I'm telling you, Tyler, call me up, baby. I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, if you seen this, like, listen, somebody who knows Tyler Perry, you come across this video, hook a sister up. Okay, I'm ready. I am so ready. I am ready like Freddie ain't never ready, baby. Let's go. All right, so now that I made that announcement and I'm mad hype, okay, we got to go back now. And Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, we all know him. And Brenda Song, she was a Disney star from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, I believe. They're engaged. I would have never thought, okay? But they are engaged, which I think is so cool. No, this is like the celebrities that have passed and stuff of that nature, like that, you know, it hasn't been like super recent, a couple weeks or, you know, some time frame, but still happened in January, took place. So we have Andre Leon Talley, who was former editor for Vogue magazine for donkey's years. He's also a writer. He was a stylist. He was a journalist. He was a creative director, and he was so many things. I was first introduced to him on America's Next Top Model. That is where I learned about him. And when I tell you, he just had a presence about him. He would wear these big kaftans and stuff. And I'm just like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? But he just had a presence. He didn't say a lot, but when he spoke, it was kind of like he was reading everything that needed to be said into the room, delivering it in a very detailed manner, so simple that you couldn't miss it. Like he saw like the breath within the art, I feel, okay? And okay, so then now we have Catherine Cates, who acted in Orange is the New Black, Seinfeld, and Matlock. She died of cancer. Sidney Poitier, like he was starting To Serve with Love. Oh my gosh, do I love that movie. To Serve with Love, starring Lulu. I love that movie. Like I love the song. Y'all never heard the song? Go look the song up. To serve with love. Dun, 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 dun. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But yeah, also one of my mom's favorite actors. He's been in the game for donkey's years. He was also an activist and things of that nature. I was so surprised when he passed. But he had heart failure, and he was also battling Alzheimer's and prostate cancer. So he was going through a lot physically, and it's just so unfortunate. And I just feel like, you know, the world lost another great, you know, but he's never going to be forgotten. He's done so much. By the way, y'all, like and subscribe, okay? Now, moving forward, Bob Signet from Full House, he died. And Vachik Mangasarian, who was a character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., okay, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He died of CD complications, and he was 78. So, guys, this is my celebrity segment. I am so happy that you guys watched through. This is a recap of January thus far. So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Take care. Be safe. Love you. Bye.